Jennings, Greg, what's up? How are you?
What's happening? I'm great.
Good, man. How you feeling? Good?
I can't complain.
You know, it's funny. Every guy that I see, and I'm starting guys off with this, but if you're not in the game, it's hard to be here the week of the game.
Yeah.
And guys are agitated, and guys are frustrated, and guys are disappointed. Can I add you to that list? Or are you in a pretty good spot?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, when you're not actually playing in the game and you're here and you're doing all these appearances, you don't want to actually be doing the appearances. You want to be focusing in on the game and preparing yourself for the game. But, you know, these two teams that are in the game, they've done a great job to get themselves there.
All right, so the way the year started to take form and the way it's set up, did you think that you guys were playing your best football at the end of the year, and did you think you'd be back here?
Honestly, we did.
Yeah.
We thought we were playing pretty good football. Obviously, it wasn't good enough because we didn't get it done, but we hit some strides there at the end of the year, and we started to get form. Guys started to get back healthy, myself included, and we thought that we had a real shot at being here again. But it just didn't work out.
You know, you've won one, and you know what it's like to get hot at the right time at the end of the season. I mean, so typically, who wins this thing? The best team in the NFL or the hottest team in the NFL and the healthiest team?
I'm going to tell you, it's the hottest team, honestly. The hottest team on that day and for that run. And what the Ravens are putting together, right now they're a very hot team, very hot team. The San Francisco 49ers, they're a great team. They're a hot team as well, but if I had to nod my hat, I'm going to go with the Ravens.
I mean, is it just because they're hot? Is it the emotion? And by the way, how important is emotion when you get to this game?
It plays a huge role, When you have something has you locked in, and that's all you see, you have your tunnel vision, you see that emotion, that it's bottled up emotion. Ray Lewis is as inspirational as it is, of a story as it is. This is his last game in that Ravens uniform.
I mean, is that what the emotion? I mean, the thing that the fuel that they're running on right now, is it Ray? Is it the us against the world thing where nobody thought they'd beat Denver, nobody thought they'd beat New England? I mean, exactly where's the emotion coming from?
It's a culmination of all of that, because you look at Joe Flacco and the statements that he made about him being an elite quarterback early in the season, and everybody's looking like, yeah, right. And you look at what he's done this year in the playoffs alone, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has something to prove, and he's proving it at a very high level. And so these guys on that team, they feel like, the defense has gotten a lot of credit. And yeah, I know they're going to come out and say, yeah, that's what we're known as, a great defense. But their offense,
not anymore, though, right?
No,
not anymore.
No, their offense is stepped to the forefront, and that's what's winning them ball games.
Greg Jennings joining us here on the row. You know, when you look at Flacco, he's obviously played huge in the postseason this year. He's much better, and I think he's shut a lot of people up. But in terms of elite quarterback, when you think about elite quarterbacks, you think about Aaron Rodgers, you think Manning, you think Brady, you think Drew Brees, you think Roethlisberger. Is he in that class, or does he have to win Sunday first?
I think in his case, he has to win Sunday. He has to win Sunday to get people to really solidify him in that category. I think that's a hard group to crack.
Right?
You can't just say, "Oh yeah, he's an elite quarterback" just because he had success. I mean, he's had success. He's been consistent, but in the playoffs, he hasn't been able to get it done. And so now is his time to make his mark. Super Bowl quarterback, you can't really deny him.
I mean, is it just the ring? I mean, if the guy goes out there and plays pretty well but doesn't win, is he really any better or worse, or is it just the ring?
Unfortunately, it's all about the ring. There's been a lot of guys that we can say, I mean, Dan Marino, he's a great elite quarterback. He didn't get the ring, but you respect what he did over the span of time that he did it. I mean, Joe Flacco, he doesn't have the longevity as far as his career goes, but if he wins and he's played at this high level throughout this year, he's pretty much been the catalyst that's gotten them here.
So talk about your life. I mean, how different is your life and your legacy as a professional athlete because you have that ring?
Oh, man, it's changed. I mean, every time someone speaks to you, or you're introduced, it's Super Bowl champion, or it's that tag. It follows you wherever you go. So it carries a lot of weight, and it's an elite group.
It's a very elite club. And then if you do it as a Green Bay Packer, that's something totally different as well,
exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. There's no better organization, franchise to win for or win with than the Green Bay Packers.
What was it like when you first got to Green Bay? When you first showed up in that town, probably never seen anything quite like that before. What was the vibe like, and what did it feel like when you first got there?
I was like, where am I?
What year is it? Where am I?
I got off the plane. I'm literally riding through the neighborhood, and I turn around, I look down at my phone, I look up, and there's a stadium. Like, I'm literally passing by Bill, Mary, and Sue's house, and then Lambeau Field is right there.
Hallowed Lambeau, right there.
Yeah, it just pops up.
So what was it like to play for that? I mean, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We'll get into that in a minute. But what was it like playing your entire career in Green Bay?
It's been great. I mean, great fan, great organization, just great environment. The fans are great, but most importantly, just being able to play on the same field that some of the greats have played and play for the same wear that same uniform that the greats have played and worn. They don't change a lot. You know, that's why you still see us with the old school Green Bay uniforms. Like that's tradition. And they do it for a reason. And so it's something to say that I was a part of that tradition.
Greg Jennings joining me. You're a free agent right now. Would you like to end your career there?
Yes.
Do you think you'll get the opportunity to do so?
Not sure. Not sure.
Any indication from the team at all?
No, none at all.
How's that feel?
I'm good with it.
Yeah?
It's a business. I understand it. I know I'm not upset with them at it. Hey, it's a business. I'm all about Team Jennings right now. So, I mean, during the season, when I'm there, this year, previous years, I'm all locked in. And if I'm fortunate to be there for the remainder of my career, I'm locked in. I'm there. But right now, this is a one-time opportunity where players like myself, free agents, we get an opportunity to be sought after. It's almost like draft day all over again. And it's exciting. So I'm excited about it.
You know, they always say it's a business, it's not personal, but when you're in that business and you give so much of yourself physically and emotionally, man, you are paying a price. They can say it's not personal, but if they don't bring you back, it's going to feel personal, won't it?
A little bit. Honestly, I've been one to keep the business mindset of it from day one. I understand that it's a business. I'm not naive to believing that I'm exempt from anything, especially when you have guys like Brett Favre, who's going through what he's going through with the Packers, and then, you know, Scott Wells and Cullen Jenkins. I mean, it's like a trend, so to speak. The writing is on the wall a lot of times, and guys don't adhere to it.
They're not real sentimental like that, are they?
No.
I mean, it's a business.
It's a business. Strictly business.
Really interesting what you just said. The writing is on the wall, but guys don't see it. Guys don't adhere to it. I mean, give me an example of that. I mean, guys are always the last one to know because no matter what, they believe in themselves.
Exactly. You believe in yourself, and you're prideful, and you believe that, no, it'll be different with me. No, it's not different. The league does not change. It does not change. There's no exception. I don't care who you are, what you are. You're tradable. You're releasable. They're going to keep playing football once you're done.
Yeah.
It's over. As much as I love Donald Driver, he just hung his cleats up. The Packers aren't going to say, "Oh man, we got to shut down the organization now." No, as much as we respect and love him and the fans adore him, the Packers are going to continue to play games. They're going to continue to generate revenue.
If they didn't fold the tents when number 4 left, and in fact, they were the ones that made the decision for number 4 to go, really nobody's safe, right?
Nobody's safe.
Now, you and I have talked about this over the years, but now if you look at it one more time, if you've got to win a Super Bowl and you've got your choice between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, who are you going to battle with?
Give me Aaron.
How come?
Just because his decision making. I know I trust. Number one, I've been around Aaron longer, but I trust his decision making. I know that he's going to put us in position to win. He's mobile with his feet, in and out of the pocket. He's accurate. He's just more complete all the way around.
Huh. If you end up someplace else, what kind of an opportunity are you looking for right now to end your career?
I want to be on a team that can actually compete, that has a good upside, but also has some other weapons that I can complement. I don't care about being the guy. I can care less about that. You know, in Green Bay, I've had the luxury of playing with some great receivers and some great guys. And complimenting those guys, that's how we feel about it. We feel like we complement one another, and I just want to compliment a team wherever I go.
Greg Jennings joining me before you go. Brought me some Old Spice. I like that, man.
Yes, sir.
That's nice. Good looking out. What are you doing with Old Spice this week?
Well, I teamed up with Old Spice throughout the entire NFL season to advertise and market their champion scent, which is all about believing your smell, self-confidence, what we're talking about. And but now what you just picked up, is the Wolf Horn, which is one of their new lines, one of their new scents from their Wild collection.
All right.
So you got a pretty wild side.
I was going to say, man, you got to be a wild dude to rock that scent, though, right?
But for those who need a little help to unleashing their wild side,
that's the one, right?
Their Wild collection, absolutely. Go.
I like that. That's it. Greg, listen, great to get caught up with you. I appreciate it. When you land, wherever you land, or if you stay where you're going to stay, let's definitely do it again next year.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
It.
Greg Jennings, Packer, on the row.